Yeah, it's fine, Keo. I can draw your character, and yeah, I've already got your reference saved on my PC, so I'll do that in a moment. I think something like that works. Big flowing tail as well. In true Saiyan fashion. I don't know if to have the tail flowing like that or have it flowing like that. They can fly like tails. There we go. Yay, he's flying. I think that's more dynamic personally. Flux's tail always varies in length, depends on how dramatic I'm feeling. Okay, so then adding some detail up in here. I'm probably not qualified to do an Akira Toriyama style piece of art, but I'm gonna give it a go. Yeah, I'm into this. It's pretty badass. Maybe that a little bit smaller. Secret power tail growth. Also, hello Bad Draw Store, welcome to the stream. If you happen to have an OC you'd like me to draw, I'm currently doing some warm-up sketches where I'm drawing quick sketches of people's OCs as sort of fighting anime style characters akin to Dragon Ball, probably like games like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, stuff like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be furry. I prefer to draw furries, but I'm not against drawing humans as well. Either way, welcome to the stream. I hope you're well. Hope you're surviving. I'm doing pretty well myself. I just had a nice bath, so I'm feeling pretty chill. I'm just doing my usual art stream on a Wednesday. Once again, if anyone has any questions about art or just about life in general, feel free to hit me up. I'll try my best to answer. I'm not really much of an expert. I'm very self-taught when it comes to art, but I still have stories to tell, I suppose, and advice of my own to give. His ears are massive, but you know what? I'm here for it. Yes, Flux does have the secret power of tail growth. This is a really fun pose so far, I'm quite enjoying it. I still struggle drawing hands. It's been one of my sort of classic weaknesses as an artist, but I'm at a point now where I can kind of get away with it because I'm at a point now where I kind of stopped caring. I'm just like, if it's implied that there's a hand there and it looks a little bit like a hand, it's good enough to be a hand in my books. Hello, hello. This looks pretty badass. I actually really like how this looks. I've been on a bit of a Dragon Ball binge as of late, so it's really fitting that I draw this style of art. There he is, in all his glory. Wunderbar. so next was Kyo. Find another pose. Trying to find another reference. Another cool fighting pose. So I like the idea of like some sort of involvement of the Nimbus cloud. That's a cool pose. I'm gonna go for that, I think. Into most basic form. And then I just need to find Kyo's reference. Also, Streamlabs seems to be a bit happier with the stream at the moment, so hopefully things will be a bit more stable at this point. So hello to everyone who's joined me for the stream. Let's try this again, shall we? See if things run a bit more smoothly. So, as I said, I'm taking requests from people. I'm drawing some fighting poses before I then move on to doing some commission work. So I've just drawn this cool, like, Goku style fighting pose. Only took me a few minutes. That's kind of the idea, is that it's just a quick fire poses, not taking too long with it. That way I can kind of do as many requests as I can for people. Hope everyone's well tonight. Hope you're all keeping safe. Hope you're all keep yourselves occupied during all this crap that's going on at the moment. doesn't really look like anything at the moment. Options are a little bit off on this, but we'll work it out. I'm going to be beefing you up a little bit, Keo, in true Dragon Ball fashion. Beef. More like beef, stroke 'em off, am I right? That was terrible, I'm so sorry guys. Look, this is what you sign up for when you join these streams. Bad puns will happen. And bad innuendos. It's just how I roll. Probably put a bit too much detail on this layer, given that I'm gonna like strip this all down in a minute and do it all again essentially. I'm gonna make this head a bit smaller. A bit too big. More in proportion. Slightly. It's not perfect, but it'll do. mean, the thing is, I'm about to draw wings, so it makes absolutely no sense as to why Kia would be on the flying Nimbus. It's fine. Unless they give you little demi wings instead. I'll await your response on that one. God, I didn't even think about like the tail's gonna work. It's a bit more chibi-ish than I was planning. I'm favouring the demi wings even more now with this like chibi looking style. I wanted to give you demi wings, I'm so sorry. Just little like doot, doot. That's why you're on the Nimbus. Your wings are too small to actually do a carry. So hello, sneaky cuteness. You definitely did sneak in there. I didn't spot you straight away then. Welcome to the chat. I hope you're doing well. Currently just drawing some Dragon Ball inspired characters for some of my viewers. I think we're just going with some finer details now. Thanks for stopping by. Probably got time for one more after this if you have an OC that you'd like me to draw. I typically draw furries, but I'm also not against drawing human characters. Yes, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're staying healthy. I don't really have a preferred species, to be honest. I'm pretty open to everything. Like, my go-to is cats, just because that's my persona. But, I mean, right now I'm drawing a very fantasy-style dragon for Kyo. So, I'm open to anything, really. So I do apologise, Keo. I'm kind of messing this up a little bit. It's been a long time since I've drawn a side profile of your character. Like, I think the last time I drew a side profile was when I did your ref sheet. So I'm kind of having to relearn your character again. Probably have to shrink the head down again. Oh, this'll do for now. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna shrink that down a little bit. Maybe that's a bit too much. If you've got any saved on any image galleries, you're welcome to just drop a hyperlink. As long as it's safe for work, I don't mind. Links are enabled, as far as I'm aware. Failing that, you can always send me a DM on Twitter. My Twitter should be on the screen. And I'm open to DMs from people. Yeah, let's do that. Just send me a DM and I'll check it out in a moment. No problem. Thank you for tuning into the stream. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to get into a bit of a routine with streams at the moment, and the more people that tune in, the better. So if I can sort of give back a little bit by drawing people's characters while I warm up on a stream, then yeah, it's all fine with me. So I probably didn't say what I was doing. I'm drawing like fighting style characters at the moment. I've been on a big sort of Dragon Ball kick as of late, and so I'm drawing like fighting game style characters and anime style characters. So mainly for the posing rather than it actually being directly related to Dragon Ball. You know, I always like drawing some fun action poses. I'll give you a bit of fluff actually. It's just really rough sketches like this. I do more detailed stuff when I have the time, and once I've sort of warmed up a little bit, I will be moving on to doing some commission work. I'm probably not going to draw the kanji, I'll be honest. I can draw simple hiragana, but kanji is not my strong suit. Here you go, Kyo. You got beautiful little Debbie wings. It is, instead of like Goku's tail, it's your wings, like Goku's tail, where something happens and it results in just having them pulled out essentially, and eventually they grow back again, start anew. This sketch is a bit of a mess, I will be honest. But that's the whole point. It's just a sketch, just to warm up. Get some arty juices flowing. Tiny feathery wings. Just draw a flowing tail. Also, sorry if I'm responding to the chat. I've been I had it minimised for a moment, and I will draw a subtle hint of the other antlers in the background. And I'll add a slightly different colour for the Nimbus cloud as well. Let's go for like a cream colour. Yeah, it works. Tell you what, Kyo, for instead of the kanji, I'll draw the design that's on your character's t-shirt, like a basic version of it. There we go. Not quite as fancy as normal, but that should do the trick. Just sticking up that border a little bit. Awesome. It's a little bit rough, but I quite like that. So he sign it. There we go. No problem. It's the least I can do for people that take the time to tune into my streams, especially people who do it on the regular. It's really sweet of everyone to check my stuff out. Right, I'll just quickly change this size and send this over to you. So I'd saved everything at 1080p. go, Keo. That should pop up on your Telegram at some point. Oh, thank you very much. I'm glad you're enjoying the vibes. That's kind of the atmosphere I want to create with my streams. It's just a chill place to sort of hang out, do some drawing, draw along with me, ask any questions as well if you need any advice on stuff. I'm by no means an expert, but I'm very much self-taught. Okay, so sticking with the theme, I'll go with another cool little fighting pose. So I feel like a sneeze is coming, so bear with me a minute. Phew. Excuse me. Well, it's funny you ask, because on this handy dandy graphic that I made recently, I have my stream schedule up here. So I stream Mondays and Wednesdays doing art at starting at 9 PM GMT, and then Saturday I do a gaming stream once again at 9 PM GMT. At the moment I'm doing a Zelda Ocarina of Time randomizer, so every week I'm sort of progressing a little bit further in that. And then Sundays I stream on Picato, where I do a 18+ art stream. So where I draw lots of adult artwork and stuff. Obviously 18+ is the key thing there. So yeah, that's my schedule. And then my partner streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 PM GMT, where she mostly does racing games like Dirt Rally and F1 2020. She's got like a sim racing setup, so that's sort of her thing, and I'm just helping sort of promote her a little bit as well. And then Friday's our night off just to chill and have a relax and stuff, and watch anime and movies and rubbish on YouTube. So that's my schedule, and I appreciate if you can make it. If not, feel free to just follow me on my social media and stuff. I always post my artwork on there, so you'll always see little works in progress here and there and finished drawings and stuff. And then I've also got my website and everything, all that lovely stuff. So yeah, what I'll do now is I'll just create a new folder and start working on the next one. Thank you, and thank you for the follow as well. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream so far. Right, I'll go with a green brush again. Awesome. Okay. Oh my god, I should absolutely do a Jinyu Force, the Jinyu Fighters pose. This is more of a JoJo inspired drawing, I suppose. This is going to be an interesting character to sort of try and reference, because the reference sheet style is very different to the reference I've got open at the moment. But let's see if I can make this work. So again, what I'm just going to do is do a simple gesture and just get out the basic shapes. Just sort of try and sketch out the direction that the character's sort of posing in. like that. So on that nice little S curve in the leg. And then turn that into shapes. Something like that. I will tidy that up a bit. Feet kind of line up still. Something like that, I guess. Yeah. More emphasis on the boot as well. Obviously, this character's probably going to be a bit more beefed up than normal, just because that's the essence of these sort of fighting anime genres. But I hope that's okay with you. Saiyan warrior tights and armor. So yeah, me and Rusty have been watching the old ass Dragon Ball anime, the original Dragon Ball anime. So not Z. It's the sort of precursor to Z for those who don't know. And I'm fucking loving it. Like, I've watched it when I was younger. But, I watched it after I watched a lot of Z. So, like, it kind of was an interesting experience because it was kind of like a prequel. It felt like watching a prequel rather than it being like the original source material. It was like all these characters that everyone just seemed to automatically know were actually being introduced, and it was so exciting, sort of seeing this weird little family sort of coming together. And so watching Dragon Ball with a fresh pair of eyes and noticing all the like references and stuff that I did not get as a kid, all the like sexual references and the sheer innocence that Goku portrays is amazing. And yeah, I'm just loving this seeing all this like humble beginning. Because prior to that, the last thing I watched at Dragon Ball Z was not Dragon Ball Z. The last thing Dragon Ball related that I watched was Super. We watched the whole like tournament saga and the lead up to that, and it was incredible. I haven't even gestured in the arms yet. It's mostly just that. With a slight shoopity boop. It's a proper like Usain Bolt style pose. This. It's almost like a dab. Before dabs were, I was about to say before dabs were cool, but I don't think they ever really were cool. Okay, that works. I'm into that. And yeah, understanding all the adult jokes that I didn't get as a kid is a new experience. I'm loving it though. I'm loving it, but some of it makes me cringe as well. I mean, I'm guilty of the occasional dab, but I also feel like as a fursuiter, I can kind of get away with it because it just looks funny when a fursuiter does like a meme of some sort. Something like that, I think. Yeah, this is a proper JoJo style pose. I mean, I'm more of the ironic dabbing. Like, I do not think dabbing's cool in the slightest, but I will make fun of it sometimes. Okay, so we've got the basic shape. Just make sure these feet line up. They do not. So I'm just going to extend this foot out a little bit. Okay, so that's the basic pose down, and it's just a case of adding in the character details. Okay, this is working quite well. Just trying to work out how to do the hair. You still see most of the front of the face, I suppose. Something like that works. Okay, I'm liking this vibe. This is giving me a good vibe. Do a little bit like that. Yeah, go for something like that, I think. Okay, yeah, I'm into that. I think I've got something with this. I always like the Saiyan armor, or rather the Freezer Force armor, I should say. Those still pretty cool. The Saiyans and the Freezer guys were very well dressed, I must admit. Next to like the orange gi that Goku wears, I think this is probably like one of the most iconic sort of outfits in Dragon Ball. Is these like with this like armor that all these guys would wear. It's pretty fucking cool. And that worked. There we go. This is coming along really nicely, actually. Mustn't forget to draw some sort of tail as well. We draw that into layer. That works, I think. To work on the boot. I mean, my god, these saying guys fucking clapped. Like, my god, they've got booty for days. They wear these like tight like underwear shorts under their armor. Damn. So not only they're well dressed, they're bloody well toned, I guess. Thunderous, clapped cheeks. Sorry, I went off on one then. Hello. I mean, that's the Dragon Ball style, isn't it? It's just everyone's bloody toned and beefed up. It's gotta be done. They just have muscles for a skeleton rather than being a bony skeleton. That's a really weird image. I'm so sorry. This is a very weird image we're creating of some very muscly dudes. Right, you'll have to bear with me while I figure out the markings. Like the character's like physique has just changed completely. I'm giving you a scouter. There you go. That sort of solves the problem with the eye because it wasn't looking right to me. So, yeah, you got a scouter now. It's a good style. I really like this. He's about to kick some ass. Oh, it looks even better with like the hair coming around the back now as well. He's got that like dramatic sort of hairstyle that Dragon Ball characters are known for. In fact, that hairstyle just from the reference just works for Dragon Ball Z, I think. Just gonna give this a little bit shady. Not much. Nah, it's taken away from the like slats. Gotta go down like that. Yeah, that works. That works really nicely, actually. There we go. I think that looks pretty cool. So I'll do the same for the sleeves as well, actually. I think that'll pretty much do it. I'm really impressed with that, actually. I kind of just having a moment like, did I just draw that? cool. I'm happy with that. I'll crop this down and send it over to you. Alright, that should be in your DMs. I hope you like it. Thank you very much for stopping by. So, I think that about does it for warm-up sketches. I'm definitely feeling warmed up after that, so I can assure you. So, let's put them all side by side. Let's find a way of doing this. So let me duplicate these actually, so I'm not messing up the large scale versions. So that's me. There we go. There they are. There they all are. Nice and together. Awesome. I'm impressed with that. Right, I'm going to move on to carrying on with this commission that I was working on for my friend. So, for those who've never been here before, I've been working on this at the end of my streams, so after I've done my warm-ups I then come on to this piece. So, for each stream I've worked a little bit on this piece. We're currently on the painting stage, so I'm just going through and applying loads of different watercolour tones to create this like brushy effect. It's a lot of fun. Takes a lot of time to work on, but the results sort of speak for themselves really, I think. So I'm just going through and just kind of trying to show the light and how the light works and all that. And so this piece was a raffle that I held. This was the winner of a raffle that I held on Christmas Eve. And it's my friend Hal that won the raffle, so he just said, draw what you want. So I just wanted to draw some sort of dramatic pose with his character. And in fact, the pose itself was drawn as part of a warm-up stream as well. If I can find it. That pose. So that was just a gesture drawing I did at the start of the stream as a warm-up. And then I was like, actually, I like that pose, so I ended up just using it. So here we are. So yeah, we've started from a sketch, done the line art, done the flat colours, and now I'm just going through each sort of layer and adding in some paint. Just a lick of paint. I've got my my palette here of all the, so I've basically taken a reference of all the flat colours in the middle of these sections, and then I've added like a light tone and a dark tone for each one. So I'm currently just painting in the light for the wings. So basically what I've got is I've basically done the flat colour, and I've duplicated that layer to clip to the base layer. So I can basically colour in this layer without affecting anything else. And the reason why I've duplicated the layer is so that I've got that base colour as like a canvas that I can kind of blend the other tones into. So that's what I'm doing now, is just adding in some tone. So what I'll do is I'll start from here. That'll be the darkest part of the wings, I think. And it gets lighter as it gets to the end. And I'm just going on along these edges and just blending that in. Do a bit here as well. And you can layer it as well. Like so. Essentially my tablet pen becomes a paintbrush. It's pretty awesome. I'm glad you're liking it too. I'm gonna rotate that a little bit. Then just block it in the colours, and then I'll go over it all and blend the edges out. Now, do something similar with the lighter tones as well. Yeah, so you start off with that really deep colour, and then you kind of blend it out with the blue tone that's already underneath. So it becomes a bit less harsh. But if I want it a bit darker, I can just layer it and add a bit more. It's a method that's worked for me. Go back in and blend that out. I'm trying to follow the flow of the wings as well a little bit. It creates this cool texture. It kind of makes it look like feathers or fur without really having to try too hard to create that effect. I'm going to add a bit of a harder tone there, just to show that the arm's kind of casting a bit of a shadow. What I'm going to do is go with a bit of slightly thicker brush for these parts here. Also, I apologise if I'm going quiet. When I get into the zone, I really sort of get into like a focus mode. I think that's looking pretty cool so far, and I haven't even added in the highlights yet. This is just entirely the shade. The shade. Add a bit to this side as well. Oops. Right, I think we're ready to go in with the highlights then. This is where this effect really sort of shines. Haha, highlights shines. I'm sorry. So yeah, this is where it really starts to pop, because you start seeing the light against the shadows. This is where that blending kind of comes in handy. It's also got press sensitivity on this as well, so the lighter I press, the softer it goes down, the harder I press, the more intense it looks. And same goes for layering as well. The more sort of layering I put onto it, the more intense the colour looks. I tend to do that for the bits that sort of bounce off the light more than other parts. Kind of do it into like a fade. Yeah, it's giving it a really cool like sheen. It's one of my favourite sort of styles to work with, and I'm kind of just making this up as I go along, winging it, you could say. Hey, yeah, I'm kind of just winging this as I'm going along. Like, I generally know how to do lighting, but it's only recently I've started doing it with paint. I used to do it with airbrushing instead. And occasionally I dabble in cell shading as well, so doing hard lines for lighting. But I think my favourite style has always been, like, ever since I tried it, using watercolours. Right, I'm going to intentionally leave that one because I think that one will be more shaded than the others. This is where I'll be more intense towards the bottom here, but as it sort of fades into where the arm is, the light gets a bit less intense, just to create that fade. The thing is, if I go too light and I want to make it darker, I can just go back in with the darker colour, but I'm pretty happy with how this looks so far. It's just about pushing and pulling those colours. Oh god, clothes are interesting. I still struggle to draw like physics on clothes. I tend to like, if it's with crease markings, I still haven't quite worked out how to do crease markings. I can do like, say like you've got a belt that's sort of flowing as the character's moving. I can draw that sort of thing. And that's just about sort of, you draw sort of the lines in which the sort of the belt would be likely to go in if the character was moving. You know, even look at references of how like certain flowing clothing moves. As far as creases go, it's like, again, I kind of just wing it and see if it looks right. I will try and base it on like references and stuff as well, but it's kind of hard to sort of turn sort of real life references into like an inked style. I don't know if that helps at all. It's still what I'm figuring out, unfortunately. I'm not going to go too intense on the lighting with this because I feel like the hand would kind of diffuse the light a little bit. I'm glad I could be of some help. Yeah, my one recommendation would be, you know, try and look at references, try and study like how actual clothes sort of flow and where the crease markings tend to stand out more compared to others. I'm adding a little bit of lighting to this, not too much because it is in like the shadow of the lip of the wing. As suppose it's like how I've drawn this tail, in that I drew a line to show the direction I think the tail would go in, and then I kind of sort of branch out the edges of the mass of the tail. So like where I want like this to flow, I just kind of draw it out with lines first, and work it out from there. Okie doke. You take your time. With the teeth, I'm not sure what to do. Whether I should go like go with a dark colour actually. This is actually the colour palette I've chosen for the blade, but it works for the teeth as well, I think. Like decaying teeth rather than it being teeth that's been shaded. Let's try. I like that. That's fine as it is. Maybe instead of doing it from the bottom of the mouth, I do it like here. So hello if anyone else is in the chat. Feel free to say hi. So let me know how your day's going. And yeah, I will keep asking. I'd like to make sure everyone's okay and everyone's staying healthy and doing well. Yeah, well, I'm here to hang out if you need someone to talk to. Just need a bit of background noise as a distraction. I'm your cat. I hear cats make good sort of therapy pets, so. I'm gonna go with that, I think. I don't know if that looks good at all, but let's just work with that. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting close to the end now. It's just all the finer details. It's like the smaller things at the moment, so. Again, I'm just layering the dark colour first. I tend to do the reverse of the lighting with this, so where I'd usually do the edges darker. Well, I suppose in this case I haven't really done that, but like here where the edges are darker and I've gone lighter, this time around doing it, the inner parts are darker, just to create that depth. And that works. This is no different to how I used to do with airbrushes. Just smooth that out a little bit. Okay, and then there you go, there's that edge. I'm actually going to go back in with a darker colour a little bit. So I only really want a soft edge. I don't want like a sheen coming from it. And that works. So it makes it sort of look like it's going inwards. There we go. Welcome back. And that does the job quite nicely. What are you? Just hair. We've got paw pads that I haven't coloured in. Okay. Again, I'm just kind of winging it with this one a little bit. Okay. So I'm just going back in with the highlight.
Blade up for the strength test?
What?
Is that blade up for the strength test?
Shut up. It's rusty, everyone.
Overall, this blade will kill.
No. You're addicted.
I'm not addicted to forging fire. You are.
No, you definitely are.
Hello.
Hello. This is my loving partner, everyone.
Hello.
My full-time carer.
Hello. How you doing? I'm good.
I'm drawing a howl.
You are drawing a howl.
Sneaky cuteness says whoa 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 whoa.
Are you I.
Rustai.
Rustai.
That's just taking the black countryness to a whole new level. Hello. I think that'll do. They look squishy enough for paw pads.
Ew.
Ew. Okay. And then the snoz. The booper. The booper von Snoots. I'm dying inside. Help me, guys.
I have to put up with this every day.
Says you.
No. That was me.
Joke's on you.
Joke's on me, I'm adopted.
Exactly. Right. Simple, but effective. Where's the eye whites? Where did I do the eyes? Oh God, where are you? Probably can't find the right layer. So I'm just gonna find where those eye bits. That is not the right term for that. It's gonna be where I've drawn it on the wrong layer. Yeah, it's on the same layer as the nose. How stupid of me. Okay. That's easily fixed. is why I draw things on separate layers usually. Let's try that again. Good. There we go. No one will ever notice. Let's use these colours for shading. A slightly darker colour. I need a thin one. Very thin brush for the eyes. Thinner than that. Yeah, I'll do. I may even go in with a slightly darker colour as well. For now, I'll just layer it in. And lay that in again. And then what we'll do is a sort of reference to there being some pupils as well. Okay, and I'm going to add some highlights. Just get that level of depth. Looking pretty good. I'm quite happy with this. Okay, I'm going to go in with a dark colour then. of detail. Maybe even darker than that. It's a bit too... a bit more red though. About there. An even smaller brush as well. That's intense. I like it. Thing is, you'll barely even be able to tell anything's there really, but it's the sort of details that I like in a picture. Like, he looks evil. But you can barely tell from that far out, but it just, yeah, it's just fun. And then I'm going to add some extra little highlights as well. We're going to go back in with an old airbrush. Just to add some white sparkles. Something like that, I think we do. Try some sort of colour dodge. And glow. Okay, I'm thinking I'll have that as normal. Fade that out a little bit. Then add a glow on the top. Maybe with this sort of colour. Or maybe go more like an orangey colour. I think that might work better actually. Okay. Smaller. More intense. Yes, that's more like it. A little bit here as well. Nah, it's not what I'm meant to do. The fucking crotch shot. Pardon me. A bit of detail. Something that would be even more intense, to be honest. Wrong. Was the wrong layer. That works quite nicely. So a bit of a sparkle. Okay, last thing is the sword. This will be fun. I'm going to go with darker on this side. this again with a white as well. Maybe even another airbrush. Okay, that's looking cool. Then what I'm also going to do is on the ends, put a little sheen. Maybe smaller than that. That's pretty badass actually. Then I'll go for it again with white. Maybe just do like a section of the blade, so maybe on the ends. You can barely tell, but I still think it looks cool. Yeah, that's badass. I like that. I like the little sheen on it. That's pretty cool. Okay. Gives it a nice bit of depth. And then last thing is the handle, I think. Got two sections for the handle here. I've got the yellow bits, and then the actual like darkened parts. These two here. Cool, I like that. I'm entirely sure what to do about these. I think I want to give them like a metallic sort of sheen. That's what I'm going for on this. So, but I might invert it. Maybe let's just see what that looks like. So it kind of creates these like inlets. think that's pretty cool looking. Right, and it's just displayed, which the base of the handle, I think I did on the nose layer, maybe? I hope. Because I haven't got a clue what layer that's on otherwise. What layer are you on? You're just on, I think you might just be on the base layer. Yeah, you are. Okay, do you know what, I'll just use that layer then. Okay. That'll work quite nicely. Simple, but it works, I think. I might go in with a slightly darker colour though, actually. Just get a bit of variety. I think that works quite nicely. I think we're pretty much there with the colours. We're on the home stretch, more or less. So what I'm probably going to do now is thinking of adding some sort of simple like sky background. And the way I was thinking of doing that was more like this. Maybe a bit more background there. Yeah, that works. I'll do like a sunset sky. Night, Jay. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you have a good night. Take care. I won't be far behind, to be honest. I'm just going to finish this up and then I think I'm about ready to call it a night myself. I'm going to go... I want something sunsetty, I think. I'm going to go for something intense. Back in with... I'm going to go with the transparent watercolour instead. I'm actually going to want that as a base as well. So now I'm probably going to go in with a white base first. Try just whitening that up a little bit. Opaque watercolour. Oh shit. in with that blue as well. Well, that looks pretty cool. I'll turn that down a little bit though. Something like that. And we go with an orange again. I'll try a slightly faded orange, I think. This isn't really working the way I want it to. I do like the sunset backgrounds though, so I'm going to try and do what I can to make it work. Just go with the more intense orange. Maybe a little bit of yellow. Just do like a pastel yellow. And that works quite nicely. Okay, and I just want to add some like clouds. I'm going to go with this colour. I'll do the white colours first, I think. So, some swirls. With a smaller brush. Get ready to make some of them lighter. This is straight out of a Bob Ross video. This is a technique I learned from him. Except I've had to find a brush setting that kind of works like the same effect he does with the clouds, where he has like a small brush and he kind of does like swirls. Then I'm going to highlight these with another tone, I think. Maybe like a pastel yellow. colour and just kind of soften these up a little bit more. That works quite nicely. Probably what I can do is add some sort of. I'm gonna add a multiply layer just to kind of, now that we've added like a highlight, like a sunset sort of tone. I now want to go in and just add like an overlay to give it a more sort of warmer sort of hue. So I'm literally going to go over this layer. So what I've done is I've selected the outside of the line art, and then I've inverted the selection, so it's selecting everything. It's selected just the shape that the line art makes. And I'm just going to go in with an orange, really garish orange. It looks hideous, in fact. I'm going to try that again because we missed a step. Make sure you close all your gaps. That's the key thing here. Like that. And then invert the selection. And on this layer that we made, I'm going to go with a horrible, hideous, disgusting orange. But then what we do is change it to a multiply layer. See how intense that looks, but then all we do is just bring that down ever so slightly. So look, you got that original colour, then that.
Good evening.
That layer. Hello.
So,
Not much, just about to finish up with my stream.
oh, you're just finishing.
Yeah, I was just talking through the finishing touches on this piece.
Ah, fair enough. I'm so excited with my new art. It's rare that I get new art.
Same. In that mood. Yeah, it looks really good though.
Yeah, I really like his style, and I was just like, fuck it, I'll just do that.
Me.
Yeah, boy.
So just hurl me up.
You boy.
You doing well?
Yeah, I'm tired today, as usual, but like, I woke up and I was like, you know when you stood in the shower in the morning and it's so warm and it's like, I don't want to leave, please let me go to sleep. Like, I was like that, but then I did a dermatology consult and, you know, a bit of skin.
My advice for that is, it sounds horrendous, but do a cold shower. Yeah. Because then you get out of the cold shower and you feel warmer. It is.
Yeah, that's true. But then I wake up pretty quickly after it.
Yeah, but it's absolute hell when you do that.
Oh yeah. Cold enough outside.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did a dermatology consult. Went really well. And then I got home. So it was actually a good day.
Good stuff. Yeah, well done you.
I really fancied a curry and a pint because I don't know. I guess I'm just straight now. So I made myself a tikka masala and bought a pint of beer. I felt so manly.
Whoa, that's like.
I don't buy beer, and
like...
I did. I was like, damn.
That's like the wife's not at home kind of thing.
I grew like 3 pubic hairs in Lidl.
Wow.
When I was buying a bloody bottle of Hobgoblin.
You didn't get your pubic hairs from Diddle Diddy?
Bargains, bargains, bargains at Diddle Diddy. Pubic hairs with extra flavoured vegetables.
Also for the stream, I've just gone over the line art with a slightly different colour because I tend to not use black lines. I tend to like do a black line art and then I'll do a clipping layer. So it'll just change the colour of those lines and nothing else. Kind of the same deal as what I did with like the base for like some of the colours and stuff. But I think this is about done. The only thing I need to do is just sign it and then crop it down a bit and then it's ready to be sent off to good old Hal.
I don't know whether to do some commission work or sleep.
I mean, are you tired or?
A bit. I think I'm going to get quite a lot done tomorrow because I've got some online stuff and I can usually stitch during that.
Okay.
and then I'm free, so I might try and do 4 or 5 hours of stitching tomorrow and get a few hundred done.
Awesome.
Might be better than doing it.
You got many commissions?
I'm finishing Renzo's.
Are you so close? Are you close to finishing it now? Or... I mean,
Yeah, we're getting there.
I mean, can you actually see now? Is the other thing, I suppose.
Hmm?
Have you got your glasses?
Oh yeah.
Now, or...
Well, my new glasses aren't here yet. They're taking ages for some reason, but I've epoxy resin to the arms on. So I've been doing bits and bobs as I can. I've been really busy at the minute, so I've been doing it in between when I'm home and that. And yeah, I spoke to Renzo about it. He's more than fine.
Yeah.
He was like, I know you're really busy. Just like as long as you need. I was like, yeah, I'm doing as much as I can when I'm at home.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. One day he'll have it.
Eventually.
Yeah. What was I doing? So I was like, my mind was just turned off then, and I just typed Renzo into Google.
Did it come up with him, or?
Let's have a look if it does actually. No,
Is his search
it doesn't.
engine optimization up to scratch?
I'm just gonna keep scrolling down till I find Renzo. Let me put Renzo Fox.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good.
And it's just immediately all of him.
Yeah. It's one thing I've not done in a long time actually is Google myself.
I want to Google myself. I haven't done it in ages, and since then I've had like a fursuit and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Hazard Wolf. Yeah, boys.
I mean, in an ideal world, I'd like it to come up with my website, but I need to work on the SEO for that, I think.
Damn. I just like the second result is me eating a femboy sock. So it's in Flux cart. Oh, there you are. I'm gonna type in Rusty. It's gonna come up with Vor. It's just gonna be all Vor, isn't it? Damn, Rusty has so many search results compared to us. She's such a poppy fair.
It's just a Thotimus Prime.
Damn.
No, I love it to bits.
The boys.
And then you cut off Hal's foot. Can't be sacrificing feet in these drawings.
But you dare get rid of a foot, that's mine. I am the foot king.
This foot belongs to me. I think that's pretty much done.
No.
It looks nice with the extra little layer on the top to give it that sort of warmth. The magic of multiplier layers. Like, it's just a sort of this detail where it changes the colour, like, style completely. So I think this is about done. So with that, I think it's time to end the show. So thank you everyone who watched. Also thanks to Hal for popping in at the last minute. Coming in and stealing the glory.
Ow.
I'm kidding, I love you. He's not listening. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching everyone, and tune in for Saturday's stream, 9 PM GMT, where I will be playing more Ocarina of Time randomised. I'd like to say we'll probably be getting to the end of it, but it depends on how well things go and how easily I find some of the last remaining items to finish the seed off. It should be fun, and then it'll be on to probably the next randomised thing, because I definitely want to do more of them. But yeah, thank you for watching, and tune in next time. And I hope you enjoyed your sketch. Sneaky. But yeah, goodbye. Say goodbye, Hazard.
Goodbye, people. You're all my property.